The Himalayas, highest mountains in the world. Snow that melts and cascades into mighty rivers. Into this harsh land, where only the most committed adventurers can go, come 5 expedition kayakers. In the farthest reaches of northwestern Nepal lies the hidden realm of Dolpo. Here, the great mountains of Dhaulagiri and Kanjaroba guard one of the last enclaves of Tibetan culture. In this harsh environment, closed to Western travelers until recently, trading customs and traditions date back thousands of years. Ancient temples overlook the last great unrun river in Nepal, whose unforgiving whitewater has long been considered impossible. But for Charlie and Scott, it has become a dream. After 3 years of exploration, their goal is the first descent of the Thule Bheri River.
Scott Lindgren is one of the top young kayakers in the United States.
I've been coming to the Himalayas for 3 seasons now. The thing that I like best about coming to Nepal is the people. I truly believe that some of the friendliest people on the planet are right here in Nepal.
Danielle Christ was a ski racer before becoming one of the best women river runners.
This is so different from your normal life, and nowhere else and at no other time will you get to know a group of people as well as you do when you're on an expedition together.
No, that's not nearly enough.
Is that enough rice for you or what?
I'm hungry.
Jerry has been teaching some of the Nepalis how to paddle. Rajendra Gurum is a raft guide and one of his best students. We loaded our kayaks, food, and supplies into a Russian cargo helicopter for the long trip into the remote Dolpo, hundreds of miles from any road.
I think sometimes you've got to lose yourself to find yourself.
Are you tied in there, Rush?
Yeah.
You gotta
You sure?
This is the test.
Hang on, bro.
Okay.
Hang in there. Put your hands down, don't fall out. Hey!
He's tight.
Now what are we going to do? Little hand roll, Rajendra. Little
Hands roll.
Yeah. All right.
From the lake, we began our descent of the headwaters of the Thule Bheri.
It was great to finally put on the water. Everything had built up to this moment where we were finally going to put on and begin our expedition. It was an exciting day for all of us, I think.
Rajendra had been paddling some of the rapids, but he wanted to test his skills further.
Anyway, I was thinking it's okay for me. I can do it.
Yeah, this is really different from the big water that you've been running.
It's pretty scary for me. And when I came through down, I just followed Mr. Dog, and I hit the big waves. But anyway, I did success, so I'm really happy I did this.
A great thing about paddling by the Nepali villages are the kids. I have 5 children of my own, and I think the best music in the world is their laughter.
I've never seen a river change so drastically, and especially when we entered the gorge. The steep drops just got closer and closer together, and every one of them was powerful and bony.
Our porters are fantastic. Without them, we would not be here. They give me strength beyond belief. These guys are great. We're sitting at the top of the hardest section of whitewater right now. We've paddled a lot of difficult drops, and we're about to, go in and do some of the hardest whitewater I've ever done in my life. It was definitely more intense than it looked from 150 feet up.
I was fairly surprised on how chaotic it was. This one in particular was definitely one of the more difficult drops we had run.
Scott and I made the first attempt in '93, but turned back because the water level was too high. I knew I would be back.
The inner gorge is as difficult as anything that I've ever done. The power of the water is truly intense.
After 21 days, 250 kilometers, and 10,000 feet of whitewater, we finally reached the first road. We traveled down the river from the 10th century to the 20th century and made the only bus for a week by 2 minutes.
I think a person's really lucky if sometime in their lives, just once, everything comes together just perfectly. You know, I've heard people say you never reach your dreams, but somehow we did it. It happened, and the Thule Bheri was real.
I really want to see my kids and my wife. I missed so long time.